when it came time for internship hunting, this is where all the networking and connecting with others really pays off. So again, with making use of your opportunities, making use of the opportunities you're given, San Jose State University was really good at having on-campus events for internships and full-time opportunities. So I was able to, sign up for these events. Employers and recruiters and professionals would come to our campus and they would talk with students and talk about internship and full-time opportunities. So I went to these, and the one thing that you might realize is that there's thousands of other students just like you who want to talk to these professionals and recruiters. And so one thing that I was able to take advantage of was with my connections with the organizations. Since I was involved, on an officer level, I was a little bit higher than a normal member within the organization. So I was able to use my status as, a higher member in the organization to get easier access to talk to these individuals outside of these bigger events. So I was able to leverage that, talk to recruiters and professionals to learn more about the work they did and understand, how they got to the position that they're in. And so I went to these on-campus events, applied to the internships online. We had a portal at San Jose State University called Handshake. Your university or the university that you might be thinking of going to might have this portal as well. But I was able to submit internship applications through there. I was also able to submit internship applications through LinkedIn, hundreds and hundreds of internship applications. One key thing here to remember is that you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. If there's an internship that you really like, make sure to apply to it, but also make sure to apply to other internships as well. You don't want to put too much hope into one of them. But I went through this whole process, applying to internships, and by the time the end of my junior year came around, I had no internships. I had a few interviews here and there, but none of them were too successful. Practice makes perfect, so I was able to learn from each of these interviews. But when it came around May, when I was finishing my junior year, I had no internship for that summer. And so, of course, I was pretty down. I thought I had worked pretty hard to get an internship, but I didn't let that get me down. I still wanted to do something with my summer. So I started, or my first, job in college was working at an Amazon warehouse. You might be familiar with those Amazon packages that show up to your house. And there's a lot of Amazon facilities that will receive and redistribute these packages out to consumers like us. And so in my junior year summer, I started off my summer working at one of these Amazon warehouses. And, it was hard work. It's a lot of standing up, a lot of backbreaking work. And it really made me, get in a mindset of, really appreciating, the different opportunities that I was given. Because shortly after, 1 month after I started my job at Amazon, one of the internship programs that I applied to at Equinix reached back out to me, and they said that a position that I interviewed for had opened back up due to some visa issues with another individual who was supposed to be in that internship position. And they reached out to me, asked me if I was interested in interviewing again to see if I could fill that position. Of course, I gladly took that. And eventually I got the internship, and I was able to start that internship my junior year in July. So a month later than normal, but nonetheless, I took advantage. I joined that internship, worked it for about 3 months up until September. And then halfway through that internship, I was contacted by another internship that I applied to in the past with Tesla. And they said, hey, we have a spot open in the fall. Are you interested? Would you like to interview? And of course, I wanted to jump on that opportunity. I had a few chats with them in the past as well, through on-campus events and also through interviews over the phone. And so while I was still working my internship at Equinix, I was also in the process of interviewing for an internship at Tesla. And after a series of interviews, talking to the senior manager, Tesla decided to bring me on as well. And so again, I joined that internship program, worked that for about 8 months or so, up until I graduated in May. It was a great experience. I was able to talk to a lot of folks at Tesla, make good connections with people inside my department and also with people outside of my department and other areas in the company, including things like finance and HR and supply chain. I was able to talk to them and kind of get to know what they were doing at Tesla. But then when it came time for a full-time job, I was hoping in the back of my mind that Tesla was going to offer me a full-time position with them, just because I thought that's usually a pretty normal thing to do. A company would usually offer you a full-time position after your internship is over, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Tesla had a few financial problems last year, so they didn't have the budget to bring me on. And of course, I was a little disappointed, but I had to, go back to the drawing board and start searching for a full-time job. And so